Why isn't anyone talking about the man who saved the world by doing nothing? No movie deal, no national holiday, not even a proper monument. But in 1983, during one of the tensest moments in human history, Stanislav Petrov, a name you've likely never heard, refused to follow orders that could have ended us all. You see, at this point, the world teetered on the edge of nuclear annihilation. He chose not to push the button, and because he didn't, you're still alive to hear this story. Okay, let's rewind. Cold War, Soviet Union versus the United States. Nuclear warheads ready to launch within minutes. Tensions so thick, paranoia was policy. And just 3 weeks earlier, the Soviets had shot down a South Korean passenger plane, killing 269 people, including 63 Americans. You see, the world was divided, angry, and afraid. And on the night of September 26, 1983, inside a Soviet military bunker, Stanislav Petrov was on shift. His job was to monitor satellite systems that would detect any incoming US missile strike. And then, alert. One missile detected, then 2, then 3, then 5. The screen screamed incoming. You see, to the system, this was war. Stanislav had 2 choices. Option 1, report the attack, trigger a counter-strike, and launch Soviet missiles, and basically start World War III. Option 2, trust his gut, assume it's a false alarm, risk being wrong, and let his country be obliterated. No guidebook, no superior to ask, just a man, a blinking screen, and the weight of humanity on his shoulders. And here is what he did. Nothing. He paused. He questioned. He resisted the urge to react. And in that pause, the world was spared. Minutes passed, no explosion, no war, just silence. You see, what had happened was that it was a glitch, a freak reflection of sunlight on clouds, tricking the satellite into seeing missiles that weren't there. You see, if Stanislav had followed protocol, millions and maybe hundreds of millions would have died. The United States would have retaliated. The Soviet Union would have been reduced to ash. Entire cities would have been erased, and all of it would have started with one mistake. But that's not what happened, because one man paused long enough to think. He didn't react to fear. He didn't reach for vengeance. He broke the chain of destruction with nothing but courage and silence. And what did he get? No medals, no public thanks, no hero's welcome. In fact, he was reprimanded for not logging the incident properly. You see, Stanislav Petrov walked away quietly, lived out his life in a small apartment, died alone in the year 2017. Most people never heard his name, but they should have, because his story teaches us this. Restraint is not weakness, it's wisdom, it's power, it's survival. And now you might be thinking, that was decades ago, that was politics, but this isn't about missiles. This is about every moment we face an emotional red button. Someone offends you, do you retaliate? Someone betrays you, do you burn it all down? Someone disagrees, do you declare war? You see, we are surrounded by triggers in our politics, in our homes, in our minds. But Stanislav's story whispers you don't have to react. Sometimes the greatest strength is choosing not to strike. So, why isn't anyone talking about Stanislav Petrov? Because his victory wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy, it didn't fit the narrative of what we would call heroic. No explosions, no enemies defeated, just peace. And that's tragedy. We celebrate those who start wars, but rarely the ones who stop them. But I'm telling you now, we should be building statues to men like Stanislav, because in a world trained to react, he remembered to breathe. You may never sit in a missile control room, but you hold a different kind of power. The power to pause, to think, to choose peace before things explode. You see, Stanislav Petrov saved the world not with missiles, but with restraint. And the next time, the very next time you're standing in front of your own red button, a decision, a reaction, a moment of rage, remember him. Sometimes doing nothing is the most powerful thing you can do. So I ask again, why isn't anyone talking about the man who saved the world? Maybe because he didn't make noise, he made peace.